with the millions.
It's that world heavyweight flow. Championship belt wrapped around my waist, yo. I got that Ric Flair figure flow. Slam you on the pavement, that's why they call me Street Pro. Create heat on beat flow. Like Jordan after the second time he three-peated, folks. Get ready, set, let's go. Fight toe to toe, release the flow created by this mic pro. Lights, camera, get low. Action packed, back to back. In fact, this monster will go. Y'all better let him know. Man with the master plan, and you have no need to know. You came prepared, now get ready for the show.
Yo, 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 what up, friends? Ballin' Buds back at it again. Sunday Showdown. And look, you see me. I'm in a weird environment, right? I'm in a bar right now. I'm sitting on a patio of Bar Louie's, but I got my boys, and they're going to do the most talking today. I got my boy Clubberty the Combat G and Shane Peacher. Shane Peacher, your Commanders beat the shit out of my Raiders today. I was completely embarrassed. How do you feel about that game?
I mean, it was definitely a bounce back from last week, a great feeling. To be honest, you saw I picked you guys because I thought y'all were better than you were. But, man, that offensive line, dude, is horrible. Your offensive line is bad, which makes the Genty pick horrible, man. And not because he's a bad player, but he's not going to be able to run behind that line. We looked like the 85 Bears today, and we're not that.
Dude, what the fuck was Geno Smith doing? Is Geno Smith even a quarterback anymore? What are we talking about right now? Because he came from Seattle, and he was purported to be a good quarterback in the inside. So when Las Vegas brought him in, they were thinking that he was going to be the quarterback that would be able to throw inside in the dome with no issues because of his splits. But he's fucking sucks. What do you think?
Well, it's one of those things where I saw what Gino was doing. He looked like pure shit. And I don't understand what happened. Like Pete said, like you get Ashton Genty and you're going to have an offensive line like that. That makes no sense. That's why I'm not a big fan of drafting running backs that early. You would think that it'd be a more competitive game, but they screwed the Raiders on having them play a 1 o'clock game on the East Coast after being a late game on Monday Night Football and then starting the season out on the East Coast at 1 o'clock. So the Raiders were.
And that's the other thing, because Clubber D, West Coast teams that play on East Coast times usually lose those games.
Yeah, pretty much they do.
And it could have been way worse, Omar. I mean, the Mariota fumble, that was a scoring drive. And then the 2 drives later, like horrible penalties, it could have been way worse. We didn't take advantage of some of the plays.
Sir, I'm recovering all right. I'm recovering from a fucking beatdown of epic proportions with the Redskins fans yelling at me as I'm walking up the fucking stairway. No, get out of here. No time.
To get blown out by Marcus Mariota, that's just embarrassing. I'm sorry.
Dude, I was talking shit the whole before the time. I was like, no, we're playing Marcus Mariota. How do we lose this game? There's no way we lose this game. And then we got fucking are you kidding me? Shout out KT. Thank you for tuning in, my brother. We appreciate you. My friend, that was a crazy day of football. Oh my God. No, everything was upside down. The Houston Texans, what was it, 38 to 10 or something like that? The versus Jacksonville? Like every team was upside down.
Well, I think that's why Lamar is not here yet, because of that embarrassing.
Yeah, I'm about to get to that. But
30-0.
Here's the thing. Those were he dropped the ball. Okay, sorry. The Niners still on. We're against Carolina. The Cardinals were now it's 4th and 9 with 1:54 left. We are down by 2 points from a safety, 15-13. So I'm glued into this, but I wanted to talk about the Texas game because that's a divisional game. But Lamar, don't say you got plumber issues and wait till 7 o'clock. You had that shit. Say that shit earlier. All right, Omar, you're frozen. But don't say that shit right now and then say, "Oh yeah, I got no." Bring your ass here. Bring your ass here with the rest of us. Okay, you got to eat crow. And if that's the excuse or that's the reason, I hear that. But you had all day to say that shit. Don't wait till the show starts to be like, oh, I got a problem. I'll be there in 20. No, sir, we're not doing that. And since Omar's frozen, did you watch any? I know you're probably glued in your game piece. Did you watch any other game besides that one?
I was watching the Philly game, but like I told you through text, my Sunday ticket wasn't working on my phone, so I was like, fuck, But yeah, I started watching the Philly game. That game was crazy, and dude, they have a horseshoe up their ass, but it's really because they know how to win. You know what I mean? Like they just, if you give them any crack, they're gonna come back, man. And it's annoying being that they're in my division, and I thought for sure we were about to be tied at 2-1, and then two back-to-back block field goals, unbelievable.
That's unheard of. 2 block field. Like I saw that and I was like, no way. And then I got a text message. Someone was like, oh yeah, what the fuck is Mac Jones doing? This person was like, oh yeah, we obliterated the Rams. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You came back on, which is a great win. I'm not going to knock that. Don't act like you whooped their ass. Let's be clear. You guys are they showed why good teams are good and average teams are average. Okay?
Well, my God, Jalen Hurts had -1 passing yards at the half. They were doing nothing.
Well, I mean, Chris Jones said you don't have 100 yards, and he said, "Shut the fuck up. We won the game last week." So,
and at the end of the day, that's all that matters.
Yeah, that's all that matters is a win. So I don't care. Like they say the stuff about like someone's a game changer or game manager. Or, I'm sorry, whatever. Yeah, game manager, whatever. Like it doesn't matter. If you win, you win. So if you have 10 yards to 250 yards, a win's a win. Let's get some of these comments. I don't know what comment he left off on. I saw Mool talking junk. Let's see. What's up, Canteen? Yeah, Falcons fan. I know. We got a Mool saying 2 block kicks. Yeah, that happened. Shout out to our man Skywalker. Happy birthday to man Skywalker. Check him out. Skywalker Boxing Video on YouTube. Anything that's boxing related, check my man Skywalker out. But his birthday was yesterday. He enjoyed it with him and his lovely family. Let's see. On my channel, we can't female boxing. All right. But another team that I watched a little bit of was the Bengals versus the Vikings. Holy shit. What's his name? The cornerback had 2 pick sixes. I think a pick six and a fumble recovery touchdown. If you had the Vikings defense in fantasy right now, I know you're doing backflips. You got to be doing backflips in the pool. But it was a battle with the 2 backups. How'd you feel about that game?
I mean, to get a win with Carson Wentz is always a big thing, especially after the horrible loss they just had last week. He didn't turn the ball over and just played efficient, and that's what you got to do when you have receivers like the Vikings have and a defense like the Vikings have. So they did what they had to do to win.
And to be honest with you, to being kind of just selfish for myself, I have Justin Jefferson on one of my fantasy teams, the big homies league again, and the fact that he was actually getting the ball made me happy. Because JJ McCarthy the first game, I wish I got one more yard to get that win, but last week it was only 3 catches for 81 yards. So all right, the Niners aren't field goal range. Thank you. Sorry, a little reaction right there. The game's on right now, but I feel like the way things are going right now, and I said this before in one of the shows, maybe in the first show or leading up to the shows. I'm not a fan of early football play because they don't really play preseason that much, so it's not really a thing. So they're not really getting those reps in. It's kind of like college football. College football early on, there's no preseason in college. So you're expecting these top teams to look phenomenal. Sometimes they don't.
Well, it's always like that every year. You don't find out who somebody is until the second month of the year, right? I mean, Remember last year, the first 2 weeks, didn't the Saints score like 30 points a game? Like they were incredible. There you go. And then what shows you? Look how great Green Bay looked the first 2 weeks, and then they laid an egg today.
Speaking of Green Bay, good segue. The Green Bay game, Jesus. So that knocked me out of one of my survival leagues. I thought it was the one I run, but it was a different one. Shout out to my homegirl Crystal. But I was going to pick Buffalo for both my survivals. I was like, you know what? I can't roll with just one team in 2 leagues because that could be it. Oh, McCaffrey's going to go up the middle. He's 10. Okay, sorry. I'm getting excited right now. We're in field goal range, almost in touchdown range. 15 seconds.
How much time's left?
15 seconds, 12, 10, 11. They're going to run that thing all the way down to probably like 2 or 3.
I know you're happy Moody's not coming out the kit.
Yes, Eddie Pinheiro. We got 6 seconds left. Come on, Pinheiro, please. But so the Giants game, Schwartz versus what is the coach of the Packers? I'm sorry.
The head coach?
Head coach.
Oh my God.
He's a disciple of
He used to coach with us. I'm blanking on his name.
He's from that Shanahan tree.
Yeah.
If anybody in the chat can let us know who the coach of the Packers is. It's slipping my mind right now. But regardless, Schwartz owns Shanahan, and he owns that style of offense. And I feel like that's what happened today. Love couldn't do anything with him. And I remember the year we went to the Super Bowl, people were like, oh, you guys lost to the Browns that year. That's because Jake Moody missed a field goal. But, that they're good defense. They were like historical that year. So with that game, I thought that when I saw them about to kick that field goal, I thought game was over. I was like, all right, I'm safe in survival. I'm good. And I have it had like 4 teams on, right? And then I looked at it, I said, motherfucker, God, peace. I'm gonna turn into Hogan and rip my shirt off, man.
They were up by 3 scores with 4 minutes left. I don't know how they blew that. I gotta watch. Like I said, I didn't really watch the game. I just kept up with it, but I need to rewatch that and see what happened in the last 4 minutes.
Judkins might be the truth. All right, Eddie Piñeiro's lined up for Niner for the game winner. Let's go.
No flags. Right?
Yeah.
No flags.
No flag. Yeah. Let's go. All right, San Fran just won 16-15. McCorkle. Oh, Matt Jones, he did it for us. Woo! Somebody's mom's getting lucky tonight. Boy, I tell you. Let's go.
Speaking of your game, I did see that broken leg. That was.
Oh yeah. Because he Connor did a spin move and got tackled, and then someone else jumped on him. And Snail. I'm playing Snail in the big league, and I told LeVar, I was like, look, if Swift can't play, I'm gonna go with Judkins. And then so he had like one of those terrible jokes to come back with me about that, whatever. So. And he has Connor. So there you go with them terrible jokes, Dale. Tough shit. Let's see. Yes. Gabriella Fundora and Tierra Brown, you are right. They put on the show. When I was watching a little bit of stream that Papa Chunyayo allegedly had on. Good stuff. She did her thing. I thought she was going to knock her out. But Gabriella Fundora, she knocked her out in the 7th. I predicted the 5th round. A little boxing for you guys. But it was close. It was close, Skywalker. You are right. That was some good. The females did their thing last night. Have a good show, gents. Thank you, Amul. We will try to have that. So we got Lamar and Omar should be coming back. We'll see. But until then, me and Pete are gonna rock and roll with it. Let's see what other games we had. The blowout. What are your thoughts on Tennessee? Do you think Cam's progressing, or you think he's run the mill?
I think he's going to be good. They just don't have enough talent. They don't have enough talent around them. They're not good. But that'll help them. They'll get a high pick, right? They'll get another high pick, and hopefully they can fix things. He's making plays. He's hot and cold, but like you said, it's just they don't have the team around them. And I'm happy that the receiver they got, I'm not gonna pronounce his last name, but got him a fancy. He's pretty good. The rookie, that's what Cam. That first pick 6 was horrible, though. I'll say
that. It was awful. Like it was like literally like bam, looked like Jimmy G back in the day. I'm trying to think. What's another good close game that happened today? The Tampa Bay.
Yeah,
Tampa Bay and the Jets. Yeah, I wasn't watching that one. I didn't find out till the end, but Jets are feisty, man. I hate that he used that cliche word feisty, but the Jets are kind of one of those teams where you cannot take them lightly, and they're similar to Cleveland, where the luck doesn't go in their way at times.
They had another block kick for a touchdown. It was like less than 5 minutes apart from the Eagles one. So it was insane. And that was one of the most athletic plays I've ever seen. I mean, he jumped over the line without touching anybody, blocked it, scooped and scored. I mean, unbelievable. And they were down 6.
That's similar to I want to say didn't what's his name? He was with the Seahawks, ex-Hokie.
Chancellor?
Didn't Chancellor do that in the playoff game too?
I think he did, yeah.
Carolina? I think I remember that. I mean, you don't see stuff like that every day, and for somebody to even do that and be that awareness, that have that awareness, I mean, that's phenomenal. And they're holding Piñeiro up like he's God's gift to kicking in.
He's Rudy. He's Rudy.
Like he's Rudy. So since the Niners game just finished, I'll talk about that one a little bit. We just beat the Cardinals 16-15. This was a defensive game all the way. Nobody could really do much. We had Mac Jones with his second start. It kind of cost us a fumble because he was hurt trying to hand the ball off to Christian McCaffrey. Could barely hand it off. At the next play, Christian McCaffrey got blown up trying to score. We lost on fourth down. And then they ended up getting a safety on us because of holding, and they were up on us. And, usually when we're down, Kyle Shanahan, we usually don't come back with Kyle Shanahan's in charge. But we came back. I don't want to hear this old Mac over Purdy crap. No. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that because you know when someone is good and when someone is decent. And a crazy stat before we bring Lamar in here, a crazy stat is we are the first team in the NFL since 1988 to win the home opener and the second game, which both were away with two different quarterbacks. And the last team to do it was the 1988 Niners. We won Super Bowl that year. We didn't do it this year, but still, it's a crazy stat for you guys.
Well, still, it was a huge win for you guys having to use the backup again, and a divisional win too. So that was huge.
What's huge is this blanking that the Falcons did. What happened?
Oh my God!
Let's talk about it. 30-0. What happened?
I can't explain it, guys. I don't know. I mean, Zach Robinson. I'm more and more. I'm starting to hate this dude every fucking week. The guy is a terrible fucking play caller. He's so vanilla. He's so basic with everything. I don't see any kind of like imagination with his offense. It's so fucking lame. But I'm still not going to put that just all on him. The team just played terrible. As a Falcon fan, you gotta understand as a Falcon fan, this is the shit that happens week in and week out. Atlanta is known for scoring a touchdown and then letting the team go down and score a touchdown the next drive. They don't keep the lead. Then, you know what I'm saying? It's the weirdest thing that you have a team that loses off of a missed field goal against the division leaders, goes out and beats a team like Minnesota Vikings, and then does this shit. It's so inconsistent. It's so fucking inconsistent every fucking week. And that's all on the fucking coaching staff. And for Raheem Morris and his stupid ass conference to say this is a stepping stone, bullshit, it's a stepping stone. It's no fucking stepping stone to what? To your stepping stone your ass out the fucking team, man. Stupidest shit in the world. It's a stepping stone. To what? I was so fucking embarrassed. I'm like, this is just ass. I think I was looking at something that said there was a stat that said last week we made it to the red zone 5 times and scored and something like this, whatever. We didn't make it to the red zone 1 time today.
No red zone visits?
We did not make it to the fucking red zone 1 time today.
Well, it makes sense. I mean, putting up a goose egg, that means you didn't even really get in field goal range, right?
No. We missed 2 fucking field goals.
Was it John Parker?
Yes. So we get rid of Koo.
Oh.
This motherfucker, the first field goal, I think was
from the
42-yard line, missed it. So it was they scored first. We go down. No, I'm sorry. We had the ball first. We go down, miss the field goal. They get the ball, go down and score a touchdown. We get down, drive down the field and go, miss a field goal again. Right then and there, I knew the game was over. I was like, we're gonna lose this fucking game. It was fucking ass. Terrible. Michael Penix didn't have a great game, but I mean that's look where Justin Herbert's doing right now. He's not having a good game, but it's the offense. And then I know there was some talks about the microphones and the headset weren't working. This is the NFL. Figure that shit the fuck out. It's still no fucking.
That was an issue. The microphones and that was like a thing.
Bro, they were getting out of the huddle with 8 seconds to go on the clock. It just seemed so disorganized, man. And it's to me that's coaching. They weren't prepared for this game. I don't know if they thought they were going in to play the Panthers on some we're gonna spank their ass type shit, but they weren't. And that's what happens when you have coaches like Raheem Morris, who tends to be this player coach guy and fun and all high. No. You need somebody that's stern and fucking because that was ass. You know what I'm saying? You got coaches like Tomlin who they don't put up with that type of bullshit. And to lose to your division opponent, who, I mean, we can argue to say that they're one of the lower ranking teams in the NFL, and you're supposed to be one of the better teams or in that division, and to have. But Zach Robinson is who I'm the most upset with because you have in the last 5 drafts, the first 4 picks of your first 4 years have been offensive players to put up 0 points. If the Falcons want to win, they need to fire his ass as soon as possible because he's trash. Even last week against Minnesota, he had a trash ass game. Thank God our defense played well, but Zach Robinson, the fuck out of here, man. Who's
your next opponent?
Commanders.
Where's that at?
In Atlanta.
I think it's in Atlanta.
Atlanta, okay. Mm-hmm. We did the show, the preseason show about the Niners and the Falcons. Do you want to do one 4 games in and do another one 8 games in? Want to do that like a review?
Sure.
Because he got some good nuggets there. That's good stuff. Okay, well, let's preview that. How about the Commanders versus Falcons next week?
Oh God.
We'll start with you, Peach. What are you feeling? Do you think Jaden's going to play, or do you think they're going to send him again?
I think he's going to play. He looked fine on the sideline today. I think he could have played today if he wanted to, but it was the smart move.
Mm-hmm.
You know, very smart move. Play Mariota, get the big win, get some confidence. I am worried that at the end of the game, 3 of our secondary players got hurt. So it's like, damn, you played a good game, but you might have some injuries problems next week. And we're already thin in the secondary, so we can't afford that. You know, we can't afford to be missing anyone.
How about you, Lamar?
Bro, I tell you like this: the Falcons lose players, they lose coaches, they go to another team, and when we play those people, we get our ass whooped. And that's just like I said, it's being a Falcon fan, you know these types of things. Dan Quinn's going to come back to Atlanta. I think this is the first time he was back in Atlanta as a Washington Commander. I know he came there as a Dallas Cowboy, but it's something about guys coming back to Atlanta. They want to show something and they want to prove something. And along with Mariota. So it wouldn't surprise me if they did say, hey, take another week off, Jaden Daniels, let that knee heal up, and we'll put Mariota in there, and Mariota throws 4 touchdowns on us. It wouldn't surprise me. I would come back in here next week and say, what did I tell you?
And that's what I was going to say. I was going to interject with that at the end. I was like, this could be revenge part 2 with Mariota. He had 1 week with the Raiders, and then now he's going to do it with the Falcons next. Right. Mariota, he could be like have flashbacks to being in Oregon. You know what I'm saying? So I thought he got humbled, and I think it was his first run with you guys, Peach, and then he fumbled the ball and got hit. And I was like, oh, Tennessee.
It was a beautiful read. It sucked. It was a beautiful read too. He got like 30 yards, and he tried to jump in the air. You never do that. Just go down. Doing
too much.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Just like in basketball, you leave the ball to do a pass, leave the floor to do a pass. You just don't jump up and do that. So yeah, I'm eager to see that. I kind of want to, I'm gonna tune into that game for sure because we play on Thursday against the Rams, big divisional game. The Rams will look to bounce back, and we're gonna try and become. I think we should be number 1 in the division now. So basically, put our foot down and say, hey, no, we are the top dog in the division. It's a weird stat that every year that Kyle Shanahan has been 2-0, we've got at least gotten to the NFC Championship game. Again, we're scraping by this year, so I'm not sure that will happen again. But I would love it. Bosa did go out in our game, which kind of sucked. But let's see what else. What else we talk about? I know, Peach. I saw your post about the quarterback for Maryland. What was the score of that game?
Oh, we ended up destroying them, man. It was like 34-10 or something. It was something crazy. He's a good one, man. Like I said, but the problem is he's going to get paid. Oh yeah. And I'm afraid he's going to leave. I mean, there's a lot of Maryland fans talking about his social media. He loves Maryland. He's from the Maryland area, so maybe he stays. But you got to pay him. You got to give him something. You got to give him something you want him to stay. I mean, that's the first time in forever we won a division game to start the year. We usually always win them first few out of conference games and then get smoked. But it was different this year, so we'll see. We got to play the big boys coming up.
How does that NIL deal work as far as Lamar, you might know, if a kid gets an initial contract with a team, can he renegotiate?
Yeah, they can definitely renegotiate. A lot of times, when I went down to Georgia, we talked to Schumann about things, and they basically say that they pay their the way they pay their players based off of the year that they are. He kind of said that he doesn't really like that Kirby doesn't really like to pay a freshman more than a junior or a starter, but they definitely will renegotiate, especially the way stuff is rolling out. And then with them changing the transfer portal to only be one time, and that's I think that's in January or December, February. So they're only gonna have one transfer portal opening every year. So if they want to keep this young man, Malik Washington, they really need to dish out some money for him. Shout out to Jalen Gilchrist. He played with us down at Salem High School last year. He's one of the top recruits that they had. He's playing for them too. So I like what Maryland is doing. That kid he's phenomenal. And
Come on, Under Armour, bring some money in, buds. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It wouldn't surprise me because I mean, you know what I'm saying, they could make a really good run depending on what they do for the rest of the season. But that's a kid that you want to keep there, man, and he's going to be a phenomenal player. Got to pay him so he can come back to the table. I mean, Nico did that, right? I'm a lever. He did that shit, renegotiated, and then he tried to do that. So hopefully the bigger schools that kind of could I don't want to say outpay Maryland because at this point now, with Under Armour backing them, it's just more of that. I wouldn't even say it's the bidding war. I would say, if you get an offer from Maryland, let's say $5 million, and then you get an offer from Ohio State for $5 million, Oregon for $5 million. Those teams have more of that prestige to get to the next, to get to the national championship. That would suck. But what I'm saying, like you said, he went to Archbishop out there in Maryland, so he's a hometown boy. He might want to stay there, man. Just pay the man his money, man.
Well, they do have that one-time transfer portal period, but as being a Virginia Tech fan, since we changed coaches, that 30-day window just opened up for these kids, and we just had one person, Levet, he cornerback, he's from California. I mean, I don't blame him, I'd leave too, but he's put his name in the transfer portal, so it's weird how that works, the whole transfer portal. I'm glad that's only, they're kind of like homing in on it and wanting to make sure that there's no more funny business, because in basketball, it's just like the Wild Wild West when it comes to college basketball and this NIL stuff, and kids want to move and switch teams if they don't get no burned or nothing like that. So that's something they definitely need to look at. I don't know what's the end game. I'm not going to say what you should and shouldn't make or what you can and can't make, but there needs to be some type of happy medium when it comes to schools and the players. Get a fair shake at all this stuff. But that's who did Georgia play this week?
We have a bye because we got Alabama at Georgia next week, so it's gonna be a good one right there. I think Georgia's gonna come out there and do some damage to them boys.
Okay, so that's what it is. That weekend is like a big sports weekend. You got I think you got Minnesota and someone else playing in Ireland. I forgot the team who they're going to play, but they're playing like a decent team. And then you got you guys that weekend also. I think there's another big game as well on that weekend. So that's be one of those times where I'm not leaving the house. I'm staying in. Okay, everybody leave me alone. All right, I'm locking the door. I'm locking the door, staying away from everybody. But who's playing tonight? We got it's the Chiefs and the Giants, and Lamar has a good bet with the Browns fan. I forgot the homie's name, but Lamar has the Chiefs winning 4th in the division, and they're all to an 0-2 start, which I don't think anyone saw coming. Do you think the Giants shock the world tonight?
I think they can. Will they? I don't think so, but man, with how bad the Chiefs have been playing, they can't score.
Yeah.
That's an issue. And the Giants defense isn't bad.
They're not.
But there's only one guy on offense that can beat you, and that's Neighbors. If you can stop him, you have a good chance of holding them down. But that's easier said than done.
That's true.
Yeah. I mean, it's Sunday night football. Teams tend to play better in primetime games. This is one of those games where the Chiefs, you should win this game. Don't fuck around and let the Giants stay around. You let the Giants stay around, the game's it's gonna be one of those ugly games. I do see the Chiefs winning this game, and Pete said it. They can win. The Giants can win this game. This one should be the Chiefs. It would surprise me if the Chiefs lose this game. I think Andy Reid's gonna get them back on their winning streak here, because they know that they can't lose this one, because next week, isn't it the Ravens coming in?
Yeah, someone like that.
You fuck around and lose this game, and then you got the Ravens next week. It's going to be abandoned ship almost out there. So this one is, I hate to say it so early in the season, this is a must win for them. Not because it's 0-3, they'd be 0-3, but this is a must win because of who they play next week also. Right. And it could be a trap. It could be a trap game. You're sitting here looking past those guys. Giants.
Well, you better not look past them, because the Giants are also desperate. Their coaching staff and their GM are on the hot seat. So I'm expecting them to go on 4th down. I'm expecting maybe some trick plays like a fake punt or something. They are desperate, because if they lose, if you look at their schedule coming up, they might start 0-6, 0-7, and then that coaching staff is doomed.
And it kind of stunned their growth of wanting to start Jackson Dart the way Russell played last week, and that last week was like you saw old school Russell, and then you're like, oh, there you are, you're back. Welcome back. Welcome to the show. Well, but it's one of those things where I feel like tonight could be. I feel the Chiefs should dominate this game, and we cannot have You can't have Patrick Mahomes leading the team in rushing like he did last week. You can't have that. You know, if that happens, then the Giants for sure have a chance of winning. And they have a fast defensive front. And the thing to beat the Chiefs is if your front four can dominate their offensive line, you can beat them. You saw what happened in the Super Bowls. And the Giants do have a very good front four. So that is their chance of beating the Chiefs. But will it happen? I don't know. As a non-betting man, I'm going to say, if I give my low budget score, my dusty score, I'm going to go with, I think I did 30-20 last week. I'll say this is going to be a boring, lowish scoring game. So I'll say 24-10 Chiefs.
And most likely, last week's Russ resurgence was fake. Because did you see what Caleb did to Dallas today?
Yeah.
Dallas defense is just horrendous. And that might have been why Russ looked so good last week. But we'll find out tonight, I guess.
Yeah. We'll see. Who you got, Peach?
Tonight, the Chiefs. I got the Chiefs. I don't think it's going to be super high scoring, but I still say the Chiefs win comfortably. They'll be able to, just run the ball and run the clock out in the fourth quarter.
Right.
Yeah, I'd go with the Chiefs. My score is similar to yours, but it's 27-13. I think Patrick Mahomes is gonna get his shit going for them. I am interested to see what the Giants front seven will do because Patrick Mahomes extends those plays a little bit. Let's see if Abdul Carter can get back there and get a sack or something like that, put some pressure on him. That's the only way I think the Giants stay in this game. But I mean, the Falcons got blown out by 30 by their fucking. I mean, we could turn the fucking game on and it's the same dumb shit. We don't know.
Who's gonna win, the Falcons or the Saints?
At this point, the way the Falcons play today, it'd be a field goal to win the game. I don't know.
It better not be, man. The Saints are horrendous.
It would be a field goal to win the game, bro.
I put it like this: like in the years of like Cody Pickett, Tim Rattay, like when the Niners were terrible in the early 2000s, Peach could attest this. We used to go to a local spot, and I never forget. It was the Niners. They had big screens, big projection screens at this place, the steakhouse. They had all the games on all the screens. Some teams get 2 screens, and I never forget. They moved the Niners to these small, this is when TVs before the flat screens were in. TV still had a booty on it. It was one of those TVs. And
a tube TV for sure.
They put NASCAR on in the Niner game when we were going against the Detroit Lions, and the Lions stunk too at the time. And I'm complaining to the manager, put that back up there. What are you doing?
I mean, it was a tiny TV. Dion needed binoculars to see that thing.
Wow.
It was bad.
Wow.
I might as well just been looking at my phone. It was
wow.
So bad. And I was sitting there complaining to the manager. I'm like, change that. Oh, nobody's watching. I am. Look at my shirt. Get out of here. Put that back up there.
Probably NASCAR too, right?
Pay my bills. But yeah, they used to bump us for NASCAR back. That's how bad the Niners were.
They put it on the TV where they usually play video poker in the
trivia.
Oh Lord,
they put trivia.
The trivia TV. Oh shit.
That's how bad the Niners were. And I was the only Niner fan. I'm not gonna flip flop. I'm still with my squad. So I'm saying that to say, Lamar, at what point will you turn into the person that, when I watch my team at home, I might throw a hat, I might take the shirt off and change. I changed to a Suns shirt, which isn't better. But I have to do things when I'm pissed off. What do you do if your team's playing that bad? If you get another goose egg, y'all practice all week on scoring nothing. What are you going to do when you watch your team?
Man, gosh, that's hard, man. It's hard to talk about this because you don't expect a professional team to get beat like that.
Mm-hmm.
You don't. These guys make too much money. They're too good of players to 30-0. It was me today. I was on the forums. Fuck the coach. Fire these bitches. I hate them. And you look at the teams. The one thing I'll do. One of the things that I love about the NFL is that every year at the beginning of the season, everybody's team has a chance to win, and you believe the guys you bring in is going to help your team win. What I saw today was it just makes you not want to watch the season anymore because you're for you, Dion, your team the last 3 weeks they've had close games.
Yeah.
They pulled those games off and they won them. Peach, your team, they showed great flashes. They had good. Well, they had a bad one against Green Bay. Okay, whatever. My team is so inconsistent. Like, you can't fathom that. You lose to a missed field goal against the division leader.
Mm-hmm.
Then you fucking win against a team that blew out Cincinnati today. And then it just doesn't make sense. It just fucks your head up. It's almost like unwatchable. It's unwatchable at this point.
You can't tell me I can't fathom that. I lived through Daniel Snyder for 25 years. I can fathom it. I know.
I apologize.
And you come up with them reasons why I think we can win this week because of this. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you know it's not true. You know it's not true, but you're like, maybe. You got that hope, especially at the beginning of the year, like you said. And then there's the part where it's like the season's over and it's not even December yet. And you're just like, this is insane. I'm already looking at mock drafts.
Yes. Yep. Already looking at mock drafts.
It's not even Thanksgiving yet. And you're doing that. Like, just when the homie Larry put out the thing, like Lamar, we used to all watch TV together, watch the games together on Sundays, and there's a point where all of our teams sucked, and the homie Larry said he called us the table of terribles. You know, because each week we're all psyched and ready to go watch football, and everybody was just like, "Oh, we're gonna lose." It's just, you know, it's you wake up angry. You know what I'm saying? You all week, your week is ruined. You don't want to talk to you. It's just
don't want to watch ESPN.
Yeah, you avoid everything, and nowadays there's like everyone's a blogger. Everyone has like, you know, a YouTube page to follow, and you got to hear that one writer say, "Oh yeah, you know, we're pretty optimistic. We didn't know we sucked." Stop. I don't want to hear that. Don't sugarcoat it. We stink.
Yeah.
So I'm there with you. Last year, that was the Niners. Last year, we lost so many. Brother got the driest fucking head ever. We lost so many games by like 3 points or 4 points, and just find a way to lose. And I feel your pain.
Yeah, man. And what I hate too is that when your team does something really well, they play really well, and then they get 3 minutes of talk time on ESPN. But now they're going to be basically talked on, like you said, every sports channel. It's going to be like, fuck, you turn the radio on the sports talk radio, you're going to be like, man. So it's just, it's frustrating.
And I get it. It's not even losing, man, but like you guys lost to a bad team. That's when it's like,
that's the whirlwind. That's
like if you lost to the Ravens like that, okay, you know, but the Panthers, like even I was shocked. I was shocked when I saw 10-0. I saw 10-0. I'm like, no way.
Exactly.
Didn't score,
exactly. Great point, Peach. It's like I said, it's the Falcons, man. We are a field goal away from potentially being a 2-0 team to lose to the fucking Panthers.
How about this? I got now we talk about that. We got a pretty good Monday night game. And the last time these two teams played, I think the Ravens beat the dog shit out of them in Baltimore. I'm not sure. I think this game's in Detroit this time. I could be wrong, but do you see it being another blowout by Baltimore or a pretty competitive game?
I think Baltimore puts belt to ass again. They're more physical than them. That's what you know. Detroit's not physical enough, and that's why they end up losing. And you know me, I don't trust their quarterback. I'll never trust Goff ever.
Yeah. Oh, Ryan Gosling. Yeah. That's what you look like.
Where's this game being played at?
I'm almost positive it's in Detroit. You know, I could for S and giggles, we'll say Detroit. I'm gonna look it up right now, but let's go ahead with your thoughts about it. While I look this up.
I mean, Ravens are playing phenomenal football. Detroit, yeah. Can they win the game? Yes. Could they go out there and be a hard-nosed team? Yes. I know the Ravens are physical, more physical than the Detroit Lions, but I do like what they can bring. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I don't think it's going to be a blowout, but I do believe that it's in Baltimore. I think the Lions will come out there. They're gonna run the ball. Jahmyr Gibbs. They're gonna throw the ball with Amon-Ra. So you know what I'm saying. I think it's not gonna be a blowout. It will be a good game. It'll be a lot better than some of the games today. Won't be a blowout. It won't be like tonight. Let's say that. So stay tuned.
Watch me flip flop world. Tonight's games will be down to the wire, and then Monday night it's gonna be different.
I hope not, because I'm scared. I'm still scared about Dale. He's gonna be dying of asphyxiation, man. If they're close to being 0-3, that hoodie is gonna be tighter than ever. Like those plates are gonna be clapped like the monkey, like tick, 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 tick.
Like Dale, like there's a V-neck, but Dale turns his shirt to a chew neck. Like it's like teeth prints, like right in here. Like I've never seen that before. Or he'll tie his hoodie real tight. There was like a little hole, like some one of those villains on Mario Brothers 2 where you jump on. Like he'll do something like that.
I can tell you this. I'd sell my soul to be in Dale's spot to have rings and be 0-3. I don't give a shit. I'd be like, I don't care. Who cares?
Yeah.
We got rings.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So what? We're 0-3. We got blah 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 blah. Not me.
You always got that to look back on. You know, I got rings.
Yeah.
Can't take that away from the Chiefs. Like it's if they have the down year this year, which I it's just for me seeing how they've been and just the dominance. It's hard for me to see them with a down year, but it can happen. It happens to anybody. It happens to the best of us.
It does.
It's not forever. But if they got to win this game, I think they really do have to win this game. I got the Chiefs winning, and also for the Ravens game, I don't think that Henry's gonna have a shitty game. Like he did against the Browns, because the Browns defense is just next level. And even though they're 1-2, they are a really good defense. Let me score this game. I'm going to say I think Lamar's going to stick on his 2-3. We had 4 touchdowns last week. He's going to continue on that level. He's going to outplay Jared Goff, and I got Lamar winning. We'll go with 30-17.
Yeah, the Lions defense still gives up too many yards and points. I mean, and that's the problem. They're going to have to win in a shootout, and I think the Ravens will end up taking the air out of the ball. They'll be able to run all over them, which will keep the ball out of Detroit's offense's hands, and I just think it'll be a 2-score game at least.
Right.
I think it'll be a little bit lower. The score will be lower. I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I'll put it more of a 2017 game. It'll be a defensive fought game. I think the Lions will come out there and they'll kind of try to shut a little bit of stuff down and try to not get beat deep and things like that. And they'll hold King Henry to a minus 23 yards like they did like last week. No, they won't. They won't do that. He'll have some yards, but I think it's going to be a closer game. It's going to be a low-scoring game, 2017, 21-14. It's not going to be a high-scoring game.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I saw this earlier, and I wanted to get y'all's opinion on it. With Joe Burrow being out 3 months now, for sure, we know that. Is he considered injury prone? Or we would put that label on him?
I would. I mean, this is like 3 times already.
Mm-hmm. And he's only been in the league, 5 years or so?
Yeah.
And I always like to look back at drafts, and we all get excited about who gets drafted when, and this person should do well, and this person that do well. I stopped getting really excited about drafts because just years and years of that. Like I thought Michael Crabtree was gonna be the best receiver since Jerry Rice. I was so geeked for Michael Crabtree, and then he held out, and then had a subpar, career with the Niners. And I thought Taylor Mays, another one we drafted.
Taylor Mays from USC.
I thought he's be God's gift to say him, Patrick Willis. That was gonna be our defense, gonna be amazing. You saw what happened. I thought LaMichael James, who we drafted, was gonna be a good scat back for us. So I remember the year it's Burrow, Chase Young, and I forgot who else went that year. And looking at these past draft classes, I think that all these Mel Kippers need to shut the hell up. They need to shut the hell up forever. They swear to God that everybody's going to be something. And you look at that quarterback class of even Justin Fields. All of them, from Trey Lance to Fields to
Donald. Who went to the Jets? Was he in that class?
No, It was Fields.
Was it Darnold? Is that what you're
Darnold? Yeah, Darnold. Was Darnold in that class?
I think he was a little before that.
He was a little before that. But there was a lot of quarterbacks that went there. It was Trey Lance, Mac Jones, Justin Fields, and I think another 2 other quarterbacks that are just where are they now? And everybody swore up and down they'd be the shit. So it's with Joe Burrow. Back to Joe Burrow, I feel like he's got the tools. They spent the money. They reinforce him with the receivers, spend the money on them, and it's not his fault. He hurt his toe. I hate to blame injuries on a player, but I gotta give him that injury prone label.
Well, the Bengals never fix their trenches. They pay all these wide receivers and stuff, but their offensive line stinks, and their defensive line stinks. That's how you win in the NFL, man. I learned that quick, and it's like you said, we get excited for those skill position guys being drafted and stuff, and we're like, but if you don't have protection on both sides, you're not going to be a good team. All the good teams have it. The Eagles, they have it, right? I mean, the Chiefs, they have it. The good teams have it. The Ravens, I mean, I can go on and on. All the best teams have the best offensive and defensive lines.
Yeah. And you know, you got to definitely give him, he's injury prone, because it's not like, oh, he's like Jaden Daniels, oh, he's missing a week. All his injuries have been season-ending injuries. 3 season-ending injuries. Because I mean, we could say 3 months, but 3 months brings us to where January. That might as well be a season ender.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So that is not a good. That's not a good thing. He is very injury prone, and he gonna have to drink some milk or something, because that shit is crazy. You have to drink some milk.
Well, I mean, like you said, they don't. You got to build through the trenches, and they tried this year when they got Shamar Stewart, but he held out like all the other second rounders that held out, and that's going to become a trend where second round players are going to want that second round guaranteed money. And then
he wasn't a second round pick.
Yeah, he was.
Shamar Stewart was the first round pick.
He was the first round. He was second round.
No, he was first. He was like 15th. He was the first round draft pick. Yeah.
Oh, well, who's this? Oh, I'm tripping. I'm thinking of our guy Collins, because all the second rounders didn't sign. It was a Texans tight end that started that trend. Damn, that killed my train of thought. Good job, Lamar. Good job. But regardless, they picked him up, and he didn't want to come until he got paid, got that guaranteed money, and then that started a bad look on the season because they didn't want to pay Henderson also.
Yeah,
Henderson. How you say his name? Defensive end.
Henderson.
Yeah, they didn't want to pay him either.
They ended up paying him though, didn't they?
They did, but like
right 1 year deal.
Yeah, 1 year deal.
Like a 1 year deal.
Like 14, 15 mil.
Because if they weren't going through that, they might not have taken Shamar Stewart. If they were not going through that shit with him, they might not have paid him. They might have brought somebody else in there that could have helped that team out.
He's more of an interior. Henderson's more of an outside guy. So. And I think what's his name from Ohio State retired abruptly, Hubbard. So he was kind of like their dude. So it's they're going through it right now, and they're not gonna progress until they find a way to protect Joe Burrow. I mean, that is the guy, and each year he's hurt is another year that he can essentially leave them. When he feels, once he gets healthy, and depending where his contract is. So,
and the problem is that division is too good for him to miss this many games. Like, they're going to be out of it by the time he's back. Like you said, December, January he comes back, they're going to be out of it.
Yeah, they're out of it.
It's so crazy because we all had them so high. You know what I'm saying? I had the Bengals being one of the teams to look out for as far as possibly making that next step. But like I said, that division is hella tough. So. I don't understand. I hate football sometimes. you think you know something, and then out of nowhere, a team just blows us away. So it is what it is.
I mean, look at the Browns and the Packers. It's like come on. We're talking about the last week, the Packers top team in the NFL, and then this shit. You're like, oh god. But you know what? I hate the NFL, but love it too because of that. I love it because of that. It's one of those ones where you're like, damn, man. So,
well, that game definitely proved that the Browns defense is legit. And how stupid do they look for giving up on Baker now, man? If they had Baker Mayfield with that defense,
man,
they gave up on him way too early, man. And they gave up to him after year 2. He won 8 games with that horrible team.
I thought he kind of lost the locker room a little bit,
Yeah, but that's more of the Browns and the ownership. You find out, I mean, I know it's hindsight me saying that, but that's all it really was. It was just bad ownership, bad front office, and that was a mistake.
Well, some of the takeaways, especially with yours, Peach, going into the game against the Falcons. Do you think today's game, you spoke on it earlier, we think it's fool's gold the way y'all played the Raiders, or? I mean,
it was fool's gold how we dominated. Well, I mean, the Raiders just stink. I mean, so we're not that good, but I think we're a lot better than we showed against Green Bay. I think the short week was horrible. But like I said, the injuries are piling up, and I'm nervous about that. But that's just me in general because I'm a Commanders fan, and I've seen trash for so many years. So I don't know whether to believe it's real or not until it's real, right? So we'll see. They got to be more. They got to be consistent,
right?
More, and then I'll start to believe.
Yeah.
But the thing is that you're playing with all these injuries, and you still put up 40 points.
Yeah.
And you're playing with your backup quarterback, and you're still putting up 40 points.
Well, that's what I was impressed about, and I talked about this earlier. The Raiders' run defense was good the first two. I mean, it was really good. I mean, it was like top of the league good, and we just ran it down their throat. They couldn't stop nothing. Like, so that was impressive. I think we can have a good run game, especially with the quarterbacks we have. So
whole bill.
That. And then, of course, because I'm a Commanders fan, I sent this to our group chat. I felt that Josh Harris jinxed us. We're going to be 2-1 after the game. Shut up! I was like, "There's no way he said that. There is no way he said that."
The old sports
2-1. Like, oh, you're going to jinx us now. But then we whipped their ass, and I'm like, okay. See, that's what I mean. I have to start believing.
Yeah.
Well, Peach, it's we said this last week that when you're a good team, which I think Washington is, obviously making it to the NFC Championship last year, they're a good team. You're supposed to beat the teams that you're supposed to beat. It doesn't matter if you beat them by a field goal, 1 point, or 50 points. You're supposed to win the games against the teams that you're supposed to beat. You guys are supposed to beat the Raiders, and you did that. So I mean, I wouldn't put it anything short of what you're saying. That it was a really good win, and it was a momentous win. Your rookie of the year quarterback was out. You guys rallied. Your coach got fucking KO'd on the sideline.
Yeah.
I mean, what more can you ask for?
It was definitely a well-coached game today. Unlike last week. It was definitely you called that last week. I remember. You said you guys are going to win because Dan Quinn is going to come out and coach a hell of a game, and he did. He did today.
Yeah, so. and I mean he's going to do that again next week. And you know what I'm saying? You guys take that win and ride into the Atlanta with that momentum. And if you do get you guys' leader back, I mean, you're bringing Dan Quinn back to Atlanta with your fearless leader coming back. I see another big 41-24 fucking win against Atlanta. I mean, that's my team. The way we played, I don't see it. And Washington's on a 4-game winning streak against Atlanta?
I think so.
Damn.
I think so.
4 games, yeah.
It's
3 or 4 games, yeah.
When you finally get a quarterback, and it's weird, like when your team's been shit for so long, and you finally get somebody you're comfortable with, when they drop back, your anxiety level's not all the way up here. You're like, okay, you know what I'm saying? And
yeah, you can believe you can get any first down.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Start long, I'm like, we can get this.
Mm-hmm.
Like when we had like Sam Howell and guys back there, I'm like, punt. Get ready. We're punting.
It's not happening.
I'm like, oh, maybe we'll get a defensive hold. You got to hope for that. Illegal contact or something. You got to hope for that. So yeah, it's nice not having to, thinking you have a chance.
My side is more of, it's 3rd and 18. Oh, they're gonna get a first down. The other team is. We're notorious for giving them 3rd and longs. So it's because our defense has been so bad. We haven't had any fucking pass rush or anything like that. So it's always like.
Let me ask you this: where the hell was Bijan today? I didn't watch much of your game. Where was Bijan? How does he not get the ball?
It's Zach Robinson. This dude is pistol offense. Throw the ball down the middle of the field. I'm telling you, Peach, when you watch the game next week against Atlanta, unless they fucking change some shit up, you're gonna be like, this offense looks so easy to like scheme against. It's no like I'm from a Shanahan. I loved Shanahan when Shanahan was in Atlanta because his play. You're watching the game and it's like, how the hell did this guy get so fucking wide open?
Yeah, he schemes everything.
He schemes everything. He has such a great offensive playbook. I mean, I don't know. This guy just turned on Madden and then wrote down some plays. It's so basic, so generic. It's not a good thing, and teams start to recognize that. Yeah, it's easy to game plan against us based off of the last 2 weeks. Okay, they're gonna do this. Let's shut down Bijan and make them do this, and that's what they do.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't see anything like as far as at college level when we talked about our teams and whatnot, but that happened this past week. Any major upsets? I do know. I know Virginia Tech, we won, played Wofford, so it's not really saying much. With Philip Montgomery as our interim head coach, and seeing the wild rumors I'm seeing as far as Virginia Tech's next coach is just out of this world. I've seen anything from Mike McDaniel from the Dolphins, might come down to John Gruden to Dan Mullins. I just need somebody established and somebody I can recruit. That's all I want as far as Virginia Tech's next coach. But
I have somebody that I think will definitely be the coach.
UCF coach?
Because
Michael Vick?
Nope. I don't think it's gonna be Michael Vick. Michael Vick's not gonna go there. I think because as a fan of the SEC, a lot of people have been talking about Shane Beamer for a while that he shouldn't be there. And the way that they're playing this year, the way they're playing this year, wouldn't surprise me if he opts out to take his dad's spot. Well, his dad's spot to come to Virginia Tech. If Shane Beamer said he would come there, would you go there? Would you want him?
Well, I would love Shane Beamer, but they're paying him $8 million, and he's trying to put his foot stamp in South Carolina. Watching that SEC show on Netflix when we were heading out for our fantasy football draft, I was watching that SEC joint on Netflix. It was phenomenal, and his episodes were really good. And he basically said it. I don't want to take after my dad. I want to do my own thing here. However, if they offer him it, if he's willing to leave, oh yeah, I would love it. I would love it. But
you did forget about an upset in college football. Syracuse beating Clemson. Clemson goes down again, gentlemen.
Oh yeah.
Is that really an upset?
It's not, but with as much trash as the coach talks before the game.
Dabo,
like, I've won 8 out of the last 9 years. Is that not good? Is that not good? Mm-hmm. If you want to keep winning, because they're talking about maybe firing, they ask some firing questions, and he talked a lot of trash, and then go out there and lay another egg. Man.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, I forgot about that one. I don't think the hot seat will be there for Dabo, but it's getting warm. You know what I'm saying? They're not since the emergence of the NIL and all this other stuff. Clemson ain't been the same.
They haven't been.
They haven't been the same.
They haven't been. That team is not. They're not scary anymore.
Nope.
Who was the quarterback that they had that he took on the helicopter ride? Like, you're going to be scoring touchdowns in that stadium right there. He ended up being ass, and then he went to Florida State. It was in Florida State last year.
He has the weird last name.
DJ?
DJ Hula, something like that.
He was the first NIL guy who got like $3 million from Dr. Pepper.
Terrible.
He's with the Chargers right now, I think.
Is he really?
Yeah. Because it's like 6'5", 6'6", the height.
Oof.
Yeah, DJ Luga.
Yeah. Because his first year there is when they played Georgia, and Georgia beat them 7-3 or 10-3 or something like that, and that was the first game of the season. That's when we were where were we? Were we in Nashville?
Nashville for the draft? Could have been
the first year that because that's that was COVID year, and that's when Georgia won the first national championship, the first one. And I remember him in there, and then they were asked that year, and he's just not a good quarterback. And I don't think Clemson is going to be able to keep up with recruiting. I think Dabo is going to fall off.
Yeah,
harder.
I remember when Dabo got hired, it was actually Bud Foster I interviewed for that job, and they went with Dabo instead when Bud was potentially going to leave Virginia Tech. I was like, God, stay, please. But the ACC, without Miami doing what they're doing, ACC would be just an afterthought right now. I think your boy Arch, did his thing against another high school team, Peach. Right. So I don't know if he's going to be back on track, but yeah, it's still pretty open. We got a big week next week. Alabama and Georgia. That's a huge one. I can't wait for that one.
And I think Ole Miss and LSU too.
Oh yeah,
a big game too.
And I wish some of these quarterbacks they hyped up in the preseason or before college started would produce. We all thought Klubnik and Nessmeyer thought they would be the big dogs coming in, and also Arch Manning be the top quarterbacks in college now. And it
might be Carson Beck again.
Yeah,
out of nowhere.
And he didn't look that great yesterday. He looked okay.
Not yesterday, but I mean, for the most part, for the first few games, he's been looking good. So
he's been looking really good. And Aguilar and the kid from Georgia Tech look good. I can't wait to see that Georgia Tech Miami game. That's gonna be a fun game to watch.
That's a good one. They always played him tough. I don't know if O's coming back, but I would say, fellas, we could wrap this up because it's about to start. So,
well, he said 15 minutes about 58 minutes ago. So
yeah. So, on that note, whoever tuned in, appreciate you watching on the rewind. You check me out, Clubber D, on YouTube. I got 2 videos up on Rampage Jackson. Got a short and then a video on his son, Rajah Jackson. If you're bored, check it out. If not, it's all good. Peach, where can they find you?
Hey, at Peachamania on Twitter, man. That's where I hang out a bunch to get all my sports fix. So if you want to hit me up, hit me up.
And Lamar, sign us out.
Yo, man. Hey, good to see you guys. Hey, next week I'll make sure I'm on time. I know it's a little bit late, man. So send me find me. I'll pay my fine.
It's not fair. Omar stayed away because I can't talk trash anymore. Like,
no.
Come on.
He strategically did that.
And he was there too. He was at the game too. So I wanted to hear them stories.
Yeah, we'll hear like
Come on.
firsthand experience. What was your thoughts when that touchdown happened? What were your thoughts when this touchdown happened?
And I want to know which end zone he was, because he sat in Jason's seat, so he's in the front row of the end zone. I
Oh,
want to
really?
know if that McNichols run was right to him. He's trying to hand him the ball. Here you go.
When he was running, he was like, "Whoo, trip!" He probably did.
Omar would have fell off the thing and fell over into the field.
Oh, they just did a replay of the damn Cameron Ward interception.
Oh, that was a horrible throw. That was bad.
All right, fellas, we out of here. Thank y'all for tuning
guys.
in. We out. See ya.
See you next week.